A 1 million-year-old object was just discovered, and it is turning everything upside down. Scientists weren't expecting to find something this ancient, and now they are scrambling to figure out what it means. This thing is older than human civilization, older than the pyramids, and possibly even older than humanity itself. It's making me think, who made it? How did it survive? And what does it change about what we thought we knew? A team of researchers just stumbled upon an object that's over 1 million years old, and they're calling in Ata. In 2003, a 6-inch skeleton was unearthed in La Noria, an abandoned mining town in Chile's Atacama Desert. Dubbed the Atacama skeleton, or Ata, this tiny figure became the center of intense speculation. Why? Because its skeletal features were downright bizarre. Ata had an elongated skull, oversized eye sockets, and only 10 ribs instead of the usual 12. These strange characteristics led many to believe this was no ordinary human. The moment images of Ata surfaced, the internet went wild. Some claimed she was an extraterrestrial, proof that aliens had visited Earth long before we ever imagined. The theory wasn't just based on her appearance. Local folklore in the Atacama Desert tells stories of strange lights in the sky, mysterious disappearances, and encounters with small otherworldly beings. Ata's discovery seemed to fit right into these eerie legends. But was Ata truly something out of this world? Scientists decided to find out. DNA analysis revealed something shocking. Ata was human. Her genetic markers linked her to Chilean ancestry, but that didn't explain her highly unusual features. Researchers suggested a combination of genetic mutations, dwarfism, and possibly premature aging, progeria, could have caused her small size and skeletal abnormalities. However, gaps in the DNA analysis left some questions unanswered. Despite the scientific explanation, the mystery of Ata refuses to die. Skeptics argue that genetic conditions alone can't fully explain her unique anatomy. Others insist the scientific community rushed to dismiss the extraterrestrial theory to avoid controversy. To this day, Ata remains a subject of fascination, fueling endless conspiracy theories and sparking debates about our understanding of history and human evolution. So, what do you think? Genetic anomaly, proof of an ancient alien encounter, or something science has yet to explain? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's dive deeper into this mystery. Enter the Paracas skulls. Elongated, heavy, and downright unexplainable. Discovered in the 1920s by archaeologist Julio Tello in Peru's Paracas region, these skulls have baffled experts for decades. Tello unearthed over 300 mummies in an ancient burial site, and among them were skulls that simply shouldn't exist. Unlike typical cases of head binding, which only changes the skull's shape, these had cranial capacities 25% larger and 60% heavier than normal human skulls. That's not just a modification. That's something entirely different. Scientists initially assumed the skulls belonged to an ancient civilization that practiced extreme cranial deformation, but certain structural features made that explanation fall apart. The Paracas skulls are missing the sagittal suture, a defining feature of human skulls. Their larger eye sockets and unique bone composition set them apart from any artificially shaped skulls ever found. Some researchers argue these features make them unlike anything in the known human lineage. DNA analysis only made things stranger. Initial testing revealed genetic markers that don't match any known human or hominid population. In other words, these skulls might not be human at all. This fueled speculation that they belong to a previously unidentified species or even extraterrestrial beings. If true, That would completely rewrite everything we think we know about human history. Some theorists believe the Paracas people may have had contact with advanced civilizations, possibly of non-human origin. These ideas tie into ancient myths of gods descending from the sky, sharing knowledge and mysteriously vanishing. Could these skulls be evidence of an ancient alien species? Or were they the result of genetic experiments carried out thousands of years ago? Of course, skeptics dismiss these theories, arguing that natural variation and extreme genetic mutations could account for the skull's anomalies. But even if these beings were fully human, their existence raises massive questions. Who were they? Why were their skulls so different from any other known population? And why do similar elongated skulls appear in artwork and sculptures from ancient civilizations around the world? The Paracas skulls remain one of history's greatest archaeological mysteries, and until more evidence is found, the debate isn't going anywhere. Are they proof of lost knowledge, an ancient civilization wiped from history, or something even more unthinkable? Whatever the answer, one thing is clear: history isn't as straightforward as we once believed. If the Paracas skulls raise questions about ancient civilizations and their possible connections to something beyond Earth, then the Burgess Shale takes that mystery even further. This time, back hundreds of millions of years. Deep in the Canadian Rockies, scientists stumbled upon one of the strangest fossil deposits ever discovered. The Burgess Shale, a 508 million-year-old site, preserves creatures from the Cambrian period, a time when complex life was just starting to explode. But what makes these fossils so baffling isn't just their age, it's their appearance. Many of the species found here look like they belong in a sci-fi movie rather than Earth's early history. The Burgess Shale is home to creatures so strange they challenge everything scientists thought they knew about evolution. Take hallucigenia, for example. This tiny, worm-like being has long, spindly legs on one side and needle-sharp spikes running down its back. Then there's Opabinia, a creature with 5 eyes and a trunk-like appendage extending from its head. Something straight out of an alien horror film. Scientists have tried to link these organisms to modern animals, but their anatomy just doesn't fit. Some researchers believe they're distant ancestors of arthropods, but even that theory has holes. These creatures seem to represent an entirely different kind of life, one that doesn't match anything else we've seen on Earth. This has led to some truly wild speculation. Could these fossils be evidence of extraterrestrial life? Some believe these bizarre organisms might have arrived on Earth via panspermia, a theory suggesting that life's building blocks were carried here by comets, asteroids, or even interstellar dust. If that's true, then some of Earth's earliest creatures might not have evolved here at all. Others propose that these life forms could be remnants of an entirely separate evolutionary path, one that was eventually wiped out by natural selection. Either way, the Burgess Shale suggests that early Earth may have been far stranger than anyone ever imagined. What really makes this site unique is its insane level of preservation. Unlike typical fossils, which are mostly just bones or imprints, Burgess Shale specimens retain soft tissues in stunning detail. That means scientists can study their bodies more closely than almost any other fossils of their time. But the more they learn, the more questions arise. Were these creatures simply nature's first bizarre experiments? Or do they hint at something far more mysterious about life's origins? The Burgess Shale challenges everything we think we know about evolution, and as researchers dig deeper, who knows what other secrets might still be waiting to be uncovered. Göbekli Tepe, in modern-day Turkey, changed everything we thought we knew about early civilization. Göbekli Tepe, often called the world's oldest temple, is a mysterious archaeological site that dates back nearly 12,000 years, long before cities, writing, or even agriculture. Located in southeastern Turkey, Göbekli Tepe was first discovered in the 1960s, but its true significance wasn't understood until excavations began in the 1990s. What researchers uncovered was mind-blowing. Massive circular structures, carved stone pillars weighing up to 20 tons, and intricate depictions of animals like lions, snakes, and vultures. The carvings weren't just decorations. They likely had deep symbolic or spiritual meaning. But the biggest mystery: this temple was built by hunter-gatherers, not settled farmers. Before Göbekli Tepe, historians believed that humans started constructing large, complex structures only after agriculture had developed. But this site flipped that idea upside down. It suggests that spiritual or religious beliefs may have been a driving force behind early civilization, inspiring people to come together and build something extraordinary even before they had permanent homes. Another puzzle is how these massive stones were moved and arranged with such precision. The people of Göbekli Tepe had no wheels, no metal tools, and no domesticated animals to help with heavy lifting. Yet, they somehow managed to create a monument that still stands today, even after being buried for thousands of years. Even more intriguing, at some point, the builders of Göbekli Tepe deliberately buried the entire site under layers of dirt. Why would they go to such lengths to hide it? Some experts believe it was a ritualistic closure, while others think it might have been a way to preserve their sacred site for future generations. Despite decades of research, Göbekli Tepe still holds more questions than answers. Was it purely a temple, or did it serve another purpose? Who were the people that built it, and what happened to them? One thing is certain: this ancient site rewrote history, proving that early humans were capable of far more than we ever imagined. Göbekli Tepe is a reminder that our understanding of the past is always evolving. As archaeologists continue to uncover new discoveries, this site may yet reveal more secrets about the dawn of civilization. If Göbekli Tepe forces us to rethink humanity's ancient past, then the Apollo program makes us question just how far we have really come. From mysterious stone temples buried for millennia to footprints on an alien world, the gap between them is almost incomprehensible, yet both challenge what we thought we knew about our place in the universe. The Apollo program, NASA's ambitious human spaceflight mission, accomplished what had once seemed impossible: landing humans on the moon. In 1969, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first to set foot on the lunar surface, marking one of the most significant achievements in human history. But while the Apollo missions ended in 1972, their legacy is far from over. Decades later, the moon is once again in the spotlight, not just as a symbol of past triumphs, but as a potential stepping stone for the future. NASA has been safeguarding hundreds of pounds of lunar material collected by Apollo astronauts, and now, for the first time in nearly 50 years, scientists are preparing to re-examine some of these untouched samples. With modern technology far more advanced than what was available during the Apollo era, researchers can analyze moon rocks with unprecedented precision. The goal? To uncover new insights about the moon's origins, its geological history, and maybe even clues about the early solar system. Some samples have been vacuum-sealed since they were collected on the moon, never exposed to Earth's atmosphere. Others have been stored in special conditions, such as gaseous helium or deep freezing, preserving them for this very moment. As scientists work to extract them without contamination, they are using specialized equipment and simulated lunar soil to perfect their methods. It is a delicate process, one that could yield groundbreaking discoveries. The renewed interest in these lunar samples is not just about looking back at Apollo's achievements, it is about preparing for the next era of space exploration. With plans to return astronauts to the Moon by 2024, NASA views the lunar surface as a crucial testing ground before attempting even more ambitious missions, like sending humans to Mars. While the debate continues over whether Mars or the Moon should be the primary focus, one thing is certain: space exploration is heating up again. The Apollo program may have ended, but its impact is still unfolding. As scientists unlock the secrets of these moon rocks, they may find answers to questions we have yet to even ask. Could the key to our future lie in the footprints left behind half a century ago? If the Apollo program proved that humanity could reach beyond Earth, recent discoveries in Mexico will make you wonder whether something else has already been here. While NASA's lunar missions were driven by science and exploration, the search for extraterrestrial life has always been lurking in the background. And in 2023, that search took a bizarre turn when journalist and UFO enthusiast Jaime Maussan made a shocking announcement in Mexico's Congress. Maussan presented what he claimed were non-human mummies, allegedly discovered in 2017 near Peru's Nazca lines. These tiny three-fingered beings, measuring under 3.5 feet tall, had elongated skulls, lightweight bones, and even retractable necks. All features unlike anything in human anatomy. Carbon dating suggested they were over 1,000 years old, and initial DNA tests reportedly showed that nearly a third of their genetic material didn't match any known species on Earth. If true, it would be one of the biggest discoveries in history. But most scientists weren't buying it. While Maussan insisted these were real extraterrestrial remains, experts were quick to challenge the claim. Many argued the mummies could be fabricated using manipulated human and animal bones, a theory not without precedent in the world of alleged alien discoveries. Peru's Institute for Legal Medicine and Forensic Sciences conducted their own analysis but couldn't reach a definitive conclusion, leaving the debate wide open. Skepticism surrounding Maussan wasn't just about the mummies themselves, it was about his history. He had previously promoted supposed alien finds that were later debunked, making even UFO enthusiasts question whether this was just another elaborate hoax. Despite this, Maussan and his supporters continued to push for more studies, arguing that the truth, whatever it may be, deserved to be uncovered. Calls for further investigation have even reached political circles, with figures like US Congressman Tim Burchett urging independent researchers to analyze the mummies outside government influence. While the scientific community remains doubtful, public fascination with the case hasn't faded. Are these remains truly something otherworldly, this time on Mars? In 1976, NASA launched the Viking program, sending 2 landers, Viking 1 and Viking 2, to study the Martian surface. While their mission was focused on analyzing the planet's soil and atmosphere, they ended up sparking one of the most debated discoveries in space exploration. The landers carried instruments designed to test for microbial life, and one experiment, the labeled release test, delivered results that shocked scientists. When Martian soil was exposed to nutrients, it produced a reaction that resembled biological activity. For a brief moment, it seemed like Viking had found evidence of life. NASA quickly pumped the brakes on this excitement. Follow-up tests didn't confirm the presence of organisms, leading researchers to suggest the reaction was purely chemical. Without more advanced tools, the possibility of life detection was dismissed. But not everyone agreed. Some experts believed the Viking landers might have uncovered something extraordinary, but the technology of the time wasn't advanced enough to recognize it. This debate has never fully died down. Mars exploration has continued, and new discoveries suggest that the planet may have once had liquid water, a key ingredient for life. Some scientists believe microbial life could still exist beneath the surface, hidden from view. The Viking landers may have sent back a vital clue decades ago, but the final answer is still waiting to be uncovered. The search for extraterrestrial life has always been a hot topic, but sometimes strange sightings happen much closer to home. Quebec, Canada. In 2018, a French-speaking family in Quebec, Canada, filmed something that left experts baffled: a silver object floating in the sky, shifting its shape and glowing with bright red and green hues. Unlike the usual shaky, blurry UFO footage, this one was surprisingly clear, making it hard to dismiss as a trick of the light or a camera malfunction. At times, the object appeared to be on fire, flickering with what looked like flames, adding to the mystery. Quebec has long been a hotspot for UFO sightings, and Canada itself has an extensive record of unidentified aerial phenomena. With so many reported cases over the years, it is no surprise that investigators quickly took interest in the footage. Experts who examined the video confirmed that it had not been digitally altered or tampered with in any way, making it one of the more credible UFO cases in recent memory. Chicago's O'Hare International Airport. At around 4:15 p.m., multiple witnesses, including airport workers, pilots, and travelers, spotted a large, dark gray disc hovering above the airport. The object appeared metallic, smooth, and completely motionless in the sky. What made it even stranger was the lack of any visible propulsion. No wings, no engines, and no exhaust trails. It wasn't moving like any known aircraft, yet it remained perfectly suspended above the airport. Employees in the terminal, pilots on the tarmac, and even bystanders outside all described seeing the same thing, reinforcing the credibility of the sighting. For several minutes, the UFO stayed in the same spot, as if observing the airport below. Some witnesses described it as a metallic saucer, while others said it reflected the light around it, making it even harder to describe. Those who saw it up close said it had a defined shape, unlike a weather balloon or any other natural airborne object. It was just there, defying all logic. Something truly bizarre happened in Las Vegas. In May 2023, residents of the Silverado Ranch neighborhood were left stunned when a massive, glowing object fell from the sky and crashed into a backyard. At first,
there's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and it's looking at us, and it's still there. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us.
It looked like just another meteor, but what happened next took this story to a whole new level. Eyewitnesses claimed that after the crash, 2 strange beings emerged from the wreckage. They were described as tall, slender, and unlike anything human. Huge dark eyes, elongated bodies, and an unsettling presence. These creatures reportedly moved around for a while before reacting to the family that had witnessed it all. The moment they realized they were being watched, they took off, vanishing into the night. The craziest part? This wasn't just a story, it was caught on camera. Security footage, body cameras, and even a doorbell camera captured glimpses of the incident, fueling the mystery. The clips quickly went viral, sparking intense debate about what had really happened that night. If it were a hoax, it was a strangely elaborate one, with multiple sources seemingly verifying the event. The footage showed eerie movements at the crash site, and the clarity of some clips made it difficult to dismiss outright. Local authorities didn't waste time getting involved. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department sent officers to investigate, searching for any physical evidence of a crash or the alleged beings. Witnesses were interviewed, the area was combed for debris, and officials tried to make sense of what they were dealing with. But despite the dramatic reports and recorded footage, investigators found nothing. No wreckage, no footprints, and no signs of anything extraterrestrial. This lack of physical evidence only deepened the mystery. Whatever the answer is, one thing is for sure: this is just the beginning. Because if something like this could stay hidden for 1,000,000 years, who knows what else is waiting to be found? What do you think? Is this discovery a game changer, or are we just scratching the surface of something even bigger?